Hi friends, I hope you're all having a wonderful day. In this video, we're going to be creating a horseshoe hedge over in the driveway garden, and we're going to be using a plant that is very close to my heart, the yew. And I'll tell you more about why I love this plant later. But first, I hope you won't mind this slightly shaky video footage. Let's take a look back at how the driveway garden looked 4 years ago. And unfortunately, I don't have a picture of how it looked 8 years ago when it was full of dead plum trees. But nevertheless, 3 years ago, I started to really renovate this area. And I planted a hedge of Invincible Spirit 2 hydrangeas, one of my personal favorite hydrangeas, a wonderful smooth hydrangea with beautiful silvery pink blooms. You can see the plants looked beautiful when we got them in the ground. And now 3 years later, they're touching, and I can't wait to see them bloom. So here's what the driveway garden looked like 3 years ago. And now we'll fast forward to, I believe, 1 year ago when we planted another hedge in front of the Invincible Spirit hedge with these beautiful butterfly bushes from Proven Winners. These are dwarf butterfly bushes, and I just loved having that succession of blooms over here. But it became apparent that the willows behind me are starting to decline. So I guess you could say in this planting project, we're planning for the future. Eventually, I anticipate needing to take those willows out because I think they may become a danger to people walking by. And instead of replacing them with more willows or more rows of Sharon, that's what was surrounding our property when we moved in, I wanted to bring in a yew hedge. First, for privacy, but also because I love British gardens and I constantly see British gardeners using yews for hedging, but also because at the entrance to my grandma's garden, she had a beautiful yew hedge. And it's just a memory that's stuck with me, that yew hedging. And I'll never forget when someone decided to take the yew hedging out. I felt like I lost a piece of her when I saw the garden without that hedge. Not only did it look beautiful in the spring and summer, but in the winter she would put those really big Christmas lights all along the hedge. And it's just a memory that will be with me forever. So I'm not sure exactly what cultivar my grandma had in her garden, but I found one that I think is perfect for this area because it stays nice and skinny. We do have that gorgeous Coosa dogwood in the background of this garden, and I don't want to take away from it. I just want to enhance the hedging and the bird bath that's located here and increase our privacy over time. So the cultivar that I chose is one called Stonehenge Skinny. This one reaches heights of 6 to 8 feet, but only 1 foot wide. So I think it's going to be just perfect for this area. I don't believe I'll let it get 8 feet tall, maybe not even 6. We'll kind of play that by ear, but it's very easy to go ahead and keep you at the height that you want. So what I'm doing now is just spreading in a bit of compost into this area. Nothing has ever been planted in here since I've lived here, so I wanted to set up these yews for success. And now I'm taking lots and lots of time and repeating this over and over again along the course of today's project, just measuring things. Definitely when it comes to hedging, I need to measure twice before I plant once. Now don't worry, I did check in with our resident catbird and they said they approve of the new yew hedging. So let's go ahead and get these beautiful baby plants into the ground. I can't wait to see them grow and develop and to really watch this area change from kind of a wild and crazy floral park to a little bit more of a formal English cottage garden. And I really do think, and let me know what you think, but I really think that just adding in this semicircle or horseshoe yew edge is going to just do the trick just by adding one plant and creating that beautiful semicircle screen here and having the focal point of the bird bath and the repetition of the hydrangeas and the butterfly bush. I think it'll have that perfect balance between a formal garden and a cottage garden, which is really a look that I love. I'm really not a formal girl per se. Perhaps you can tell, depending on the fact that I always wear the same outfit and a baseball hat, and sometimes don't even bother to put on makeup for these videos. But it is nice to have a moment of rest and relaxation via some formal hedging. So once I got all of these in the ground, I watered them in that evening. I went and picked up some more mulch, and then I watered them in again before mulching. And I'm going to go ahead and use that pine bark. I think these are called pine bark chips. Please correct me in the comments section if there's a better name for these. But I'm going to go ahead and mulch these plants up nicely, being careful not to put the mulch too close to the crown of the plant. I don't want any issues with them rotting from the mulch being too close to their trunks. But I'm just surrounding the plants. Here I am actually moving a little bit of the mulch away from that plant. So once I had that yew hedge in place, I decided to plant what I'm going to call some streams of catmint running through the garden. I was really thankful that Jung Seed Company sent me a large amount of this beautiful catmint, and we're going to be planting 40 plants all throughout this garden. I'm spacing them somewhat sporadically in mass, kind of in large drifts, so that we hopefully have this shorter river of catmint running here, there, and everywhere throughout the driveway garden. I've been talking a lot this year about repeating the same plant over and over and over again for that nice cohesive feel in the garden. And what I also want to do moving forward is to tie in all my gardens into one, but still give each their own unique feel and flair. And I'm deciding to use catmint as my bridge flower between all my gardens. At this point, I believe every garden, with the exception of the hydrangea, has some catmint in it. And so I hope that just by using the same plant over and over again, a plant that's tough as nails, reliable, easy to take divisions from, and just grows really well in my area, that I'll really have a nice cohesive feel to all my gardens, and that you'll always feel like you're at home at Northlawn, no matter what garden you're in. Well, friends, here's a look at how the hedge looks, and it'll be so exciting to watch it grow and develop with you, Rocky, Buddy, Harry, and Grace. But for now, I want to wish you all a wonderful day out there in your gardens, and I hope to see you sometime back here at Northlawn soon. Bye, friends.